What's up guys, it's Drac, and it should be no surprise at this point. This guy is pretty serious. With triple digit shots right out of the box, the Dart Zone or Adventure Force Spectrum, depending upon your flavor of blaster manufacturer, is here to stay. And stripped down, I think that this guy has a lot of potential. It's not confidential. So we've been rushing around trying to figure out what the best modifications, tweaks, and tricks for this bad boy are going to be. And I think that what it's got to be is we've got to crack this thing open, make a low profile muzzle for it, probably eventually create some sort of stock solution, but most importantly we need proper motors, lipo power, good wheel geometry, and something to really cut down on this chunk. The front end, this looks so much better to me than it does like this. So without any further ado, let's take it downstairs, let's pop out all these screws, and let's see what we're really truly working with under the hood. Alright guys, so that's it. Finishing up our Spectrum mod guide was really easy. We've got our Derezzed kit fully on here. Obviously you can do this without all of the cosmetic accoutrement, but there's a lot of 3D printed stuff out there that's pretty cool. The only thing that we didn't make and isn't available on foamproshop.com is this mag release. This mag release was designed by my sister-in-law, Michelle, and I think it's sold over by my buddy Luke at outofdarts.com. I think that the files are available as well if you're interested in those. I'll link all the components in the description box below. We used a micro switch from Foam Blast Shop. We used wire that you can get just about anywhere, and then of course we use Fang revamped motors. Now the cage itself is our Magilla cage redesigned for the Spectrum explicitly. Then the nose job comes to us courtesy of the Derezzed kit. The orange and the gray, the rails are going to come in either gray or black, and you'll be able to select that on foamproshop.com if you're interested. And then the muzzle, we made this little kind of coronet thing here, but you can just as easily put worker barrel tube in there as well. It's cross compatible. We haven't done anything crazy yet with the grip, but this mag release is oh so nice. I like it a lot. It extends just a little bit and it's got good geometry, and then we went ahead and threw I think this is an Adventure Force Pro magazine in. So Fang revamps, there's a 2S Lipo in here. It's a 950 graphene, conveniently also from Luke, and I just want to put it over the chronograph and see kind of what numbers we're getting. I also just want you guys to get a really good look at the kit itself, determine if that's something that you may or may not be interested in reducing the profile of your Spectrum down. I think that now that I've done this, what I really want to do is take the whole thing apart again, which is a little silly, and paint it up into something really cool. But these come in exclusively orange. This is available in black or gray, and then the cage, you're just going to get whatever color is clever for your Magilla cage. Twilight wheels though, those are constantly changing and occasionally have special editions. But that geometry is pretty slick. This magazine seems to have exclusively Adventure Force waffles in it, which should be really good performance on a flywheel system. Let's rev it up. Dang, that's not bad at all. That's a pretty serious little powerhouse. So high 160s all the way up to 170. Let's put a few down range. Just see the geometry on these wheels should give us a nice tight grouping down at range, but this thing screams. It is really cool. Other things that I could see adding that might be eventually nice, you can see here the Fang revamps are putting a little bit of light pressure on the original flywheel. kind of motor cover on this side, so you might want to work on that a little bit in the future. But other than that, like, this is just a tight blaster. The cost of this blaster is so low, and the platform is so solid, and the ergo of the grip and everything is so comfy, and I think that it leaves a lot of room to spend some money on some extra stuff. So we developed this kit. We call it the Derezzed kit because we wanted it to have kind of a Tron-esque vibe, and that's probably the paint job that we're going to give it eventually. But if you're interested, you can buy all of the different components separately on Foam Pro Shop, but this is as much a simplistic mod guide as possible. It's a simple switch replacement and then a flywheel and motor overhaul, which is pretty much every semi-auto flywheel blaster from the last 5 years has been done the same exact way. If you need more details and in-depth guide on how to perform that, check out my Sanguine build video from way back when, or I have an explicit step-by-step Strife tutorial as well, which heavily features the Nix cage, but same principle, very simple. Replace those bits, circuit it up, and then add a lipo. As far as lipo safety goes, I know Addy has a video on that, but the Spectrum mods up really easy, very comfortably. There's a lot of different aftermarket parts for it already, hence this, and these. If you're not interested in purchasing our cage, which I think performs very well, I'm pretty confident my buddy Brian Hoffer has a cage out there on Thingiverse as well. Don't quote me on that, but lots and lots of options out there, lots of crazy stuff that you can do with this, and the sky is literally the limit. If this is going to be one of the new, like, default Strife-esque platforms, and certainly the most affordable one, I think that this is a step in the right direction. I really didn't like the super bulbous nose on it, so I like necking it down a lot like this. And we tried to keep as much of the original line work in there as possible. And we left the jam door as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. That's our modification guide for the Spectrum. Make sure that you leave your trigger lock in there so that you can spin it. Thanks for watching. Much love. Blast on Drac out.